morning, the session chairman, Professor Mugiet, and other presenters. Good morning, distinguished ophthalmologists and members of the public that are in attendance. My name is Gani-Ikilama. I'm not a medical doctor, neither do I have a PhD, even though people think otherwise. I'm representing Knowledge for the Blind Initiative, which is going to be speaking to us this morning on expanding and forging stronger partnerships for effective eye care systems in Nigeria. I'll start with a quotation by Tony Lendrum, who is one of the authorities on the subject of partnerships, building partnerships, forging them, establishing them, and going through the life cycle and starting all over again. And Tony says that confrontation is turning to cooperation, competition into collaboration, separate and often conflicting strategies into shared visions and goals. No longer can a single organization, be it public or private sector, be all things to all people. So let's start by defining two critical elements in the subject that I've been given to talk on. What is partnerships? It's basically effectively bringing people together, the process, the people, and the environment to achieve results that have been identified. It's a relationship that delivers results outside of that relationship. Tautology there, but it's very critical. So within the partnership, there's a relationship, and outside the partnership, there are relationships also. What are the SDGs? And I must commend the producer of the card that we all have been given this week that lists all the SDGs out. It's a very fantastic resource. But SDG 17 focuses on the issue of partnerships. And it says that it wants to strengthen the means of implementation and revitalize the global partnership for sustainable development. So it's not just something that you look at for the immediate results. You look at it for the long-term results when you're looking at partnerships. What are the elements involved? We'll explore them a little in more detail in a short while. But they're basically the people, the processes that are involved, the systems that are involved to achieve a desired result that is important to all the parties involved. So who are the principal parties in a partnership? You're talking about the environment. There are issues like the culture, the strategy that is involved, and the structure that is being used. So in our context, in Knowledge for the Blind Initiative, when we think about partnerships with any of you, we're thinking about how to ensure that the quality of life of your patient, who has now become our client, does not drop. It does not reduce in any way. Whatever reduction, whatever decrease is negligible, is minimal. Now, when you look at the process, you're talking of the structure that has been put in place in the different parties that are involved in the partnership. You're looking at how to be flexible, but also focused. You're looking at how to be able to reproduce results over the long term. It's not just something for the immediate, it's not just something for the now. You're looking at the long term. You're looking at the people that are involved. Is it the ophthalmologists? Is it us, the rehabilitation workers? Is it the family members? They are all critical elements involved in the partnership. So why do you want to have a partnership? Why are partnerships important in this day and age? Number one, resources are getting scarcer. I don't know about you ophthalmologists, but for us rehabilitation workers, funding has dropped. Donations have dropped. The population is increasing. During this week, we've all been reminded of the fact that we are supposed to have an optimal level of one ophthalmologist to 250,000 citizens. When I went back to my office and I did the math, we're supposed to have 700 plus ophthalmologists in Nigeria. But right now, you and I know that we have just about 300 plus or minus. Because you and I know that many of your colleagues, many of our compatriots are moving over to greener pastures where they will have their own agendas met. Now, another reason why we need to have stronger partnerships is because technology is improving by the day. Technology is changing and it's opening up new frontiers that people need to explore and people need to interrogate, and nobody's an island. I thought it was Margaret Mead that said it, but your colleague, our trustee, Dr. Dennis Ikanga, told me that it was not Margaret Mead that said that no man is an island. It's actually John Donne that said it. And he should know, Dennis should know, because he is a great poet. The reasons, the challenges of life are increasing by the day. And there's no way that any one sect, subset of society, professionalism can exist on their own. Of course, like some of you that I have had the privilege of interacting with on a personal level, professionally, know. I joke about it, that where the ophthalmologist fails, that is where the rehabilitation worker starts. Your failure is our success. And so, we need to strengthen the partnerships so that your failure is not a permanent state of being. It is just a temporary state of being. Your client that becomes, your patient that becomes our client now still has a good quality of life. What are the requirements for partnerships? For effective partnerships, for strengthening partnerships, for ensuring that nobody is left behind, no patient is left behind. Number one, we have to have the courage to accept that we need each other. In the operating room 2 weeks ago, as I watched some of you great surgeons helping out doing the cataract operations, I saw teamwork at play. And that needs to be replicated outside the operating room. I think the best place that you all do the greatest partnerships is just in the operating room. Outside the operating room, there are big challenges, but we can overcome them if we have the courage to. Number two, we have to have a higher level of trust. Trust amongst ourselves, trust within ophthalmology settings, trust outside ophthalmological settings. We need to have a higher level of trust. Number three, we need to take calculated risks. Risks are part of life, we need to take them. And we have to be innovative and take initiative when the need arises. Shared vision and common goals is very important. Already, all of us are agreed that nobody should be blind that does not need to go blind. We all accept that. Communication needs to improve, commitment. We have to have long-term perspective. And then, of course, it requires a lot of hard work and greater responsibility and mutual accountability. There are benefits if we get it right. There are benefits. Both sides of the table, there are benefits. Whether you're a customer or you're a supplier. Whether you are an ophthalmologist receiving services from us, rehabilitation workers, there are benefits. Whether you are the one that is supplying us your patients that become our clients, there are benefits. I'm sure you're going to get this slide, so I won't dwell on that. I'll just move to the next slide that is talking about the content. And you can see the 4 boxes there. I will dwell on the box on the top right, which is talking about total quality. Total quality in the sense that you need to set standards and maintain them. You don't just work in an ad hoc manner. You set the protocols and respect them, and so that whoever, wherever, whenever the service is needed, the partnership is needed, there will be the high level of results that we all desire. Let me just dive into a case study, and I will use our organization as the case study. Okay, so when you look at people, we're just a small team of people, but we're a small team of professionals, and we have a network of people that we rely on all over the country. Some of you here have been able to send us patients, your patients that you've not been able to help, you've sent them. And I must commend here publicly the National Eye Center that continues to send us a steady stream of people that are requiring low vision services. You all can do more. We all can do more. You need to set the system in place so that no matter who is giving attention to the patient, no matter who is giving whatever service that is involved in the partnership, there will be the good result that is needed. Of course, we must always maintain a positive attitude. Challenges will come, but challenges will go. And of course, at the end of the day, while we are doing all of this, it is so as to deliver results. Results in the life of the individual human being. Here are some pictures from points in time where we have had the opportunity to give services. Is it out in the top right there is showing a rural community, a community where blind people live, beggars. They require the highest level of partnership that you can deliver. or is it on the bottom right again? That's a picture from 2 weeks ago when some of you helped out with the surgeries that we were part of sponsoring. Every person requires the best results that they can get for and from within the partnerships. A few references here that you can look at, but I'll definitely draw your attention to the last one, which is our website, which you can easily connect with us and be able to build on the partnerships. So when you have patients that have gone extremely low vision or even minimal low vision and they need whatever, we're a phone call away. You can, it's for us, it's free for you. Call us and we'll give you best advice. Of course, for those that have gone totally blind and they need rehabilitation or they need to retrain, be they illiterate or professionals, we are only a phone call away or an email away. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much for